Hello, welcome to this new mini-series about glamping in New Zealand. I'm just going to give you a quick backstory. This was filmed in 2020. We'd come out of lockdown, it was the middle of winter, and Brian and I were desperate for a break. We just needed some time on our own, away from the house, away from the kids, away from technology. So we chose something, an Airbnb, a renovated old bus. It was a gorgeous, like glamping Airbnb bus with absolutely no Wi-Fi. It was the middle of winter. It was going to be cold, but we wanted to do it anyway. And we want to take you along with us to show you what it was like. So we are just leaving to go to our bus. It's 12:30. We were supposed to leave at 9 o'clock. Couldn't find all the stuff that we had to pack. It's really, really cold in Taranaki. We're on our way. We're hoping that it's not going to be freezing cold up there, but if it is, it doesn't matter because we've got lots of nice warm jumpers with us. Okay, see you when we get there. When we told people we were going away for a break, they said, oh, what, are you going to go and stay in a hotel or something? And we were like, no, we just want to just completely go, just simple, keep it really simple. And that's why we chose that bus. And they were like, are you mad? You know, it's the middle of winter and you're staying in a bus outside. And we're like, no, that's what we want to do. So, and I am so glad that we did. Driving to the Coromandel from New Plymouth, and I just wanted to give you a quick look, a bit of the New Zealand scenery and let you see the New Zealand roads, and yeah, bet you see Brian.
Hello. Liz said we were going to go clamping. Clamping. I like that.
To give you a quick look, someone said to me, why did it take so long to get from one side of the country to the other? For example, Gisborne, that's on the east coast, to get to New Plymouth, which is on the west coast, takes around about 7 hours. If you're on like a fast freeway or whatever, then you're going to get there quicker. But I just wanted to show you that these are very typical of the roads that you're going through when you go across the country in New Zealand. There's lots of gorges and Kiwi drivers, so it really just shows you how friendly people are, doesn't it?
Yeah. So Liz said we were going to go glamping in the middle of winter. I looked at the forecast because you know what I'm like with the old weather. It was going to be getting down to -1 to -3, which is cold for New Zealand. You know, we don't normally get that, especially up in the Coromandel, you know, which is a peninsula out in the middle of nowhere. So, and we were probably no more than 3K from the sea. So you've got an idea that's going to get pretty chilly because normally it would be around about 7 or 8 degrees at night around that area. I knew it was going to be cold, so then thinking we're going to be staying in a Gypsy bus, but the only bonus, it did have a wood burner. But I knew the bathroom was going to be chilly.
So as we're driving along and we get to Te Kuiti, the sheep shearing capital of New Zealand, actually. It's important that you know that. The weather started to lift and it just started to feel a little bit brighter, and it was like, oh, you know, it's just like someone was watching out for us. They're like, yeah, the sun is starting to come out. Just started to feel really a little bit lighter. Look, if you're driving up to Auckland and you cannot drive past Big Azz without stopping and getting a punnet of strawberries or, you know, an apple or something. So we did, we stopped, we got some fruit, and we told you about the ice cream. I just wanted to do a quick video for you. This is a place that you got to stop at. It's called Big Azz. You'll know it because it's got that big red apple here, and it does the best fruit ice cream, real fruit ice cream. They're massive, I'm not joking. I mean, literally really massive ice creams and not expensive. And really good fruit. Just take my word for it. If you're driving down, look for Big Azz, look for the big red apple, and come and get yourself some ice cream. Or if you're feeling a bit healthy, just have some fruit. Okay. It's a long way to the Coromandel. The roads are quite windy and it's further than you think. And it was just, like I say, it was the middle of winter, so it was getting darker. So we turned up at this beautiful, beautiful burst. You know, when you turn up and you're always really nervous about what it's going to be like, aren't you? You know, because you see the pictures, but you just think, oh, is it going to be like a main road next to it or something? We turned up and it was just, wow. It was mind-blowing. It really was. So pretty, so lovely. It was a starry, starry night. And I just knew then, and so did Brian, it was just like, yes, this is what we need.
Say about who decides who's going to cook.
Okay, right, so that evening when we first got there, I thought, right, I've just driven for around about 6 hours solidly, and I'm expecting Liz to cook me a nice meal. So, you know, I ended up having to cook the meal. Stop it.
I expected Liz to cook me a meal.
We got there and there was no one else there. We had the whole, obviously there's no one else there. Who else is going to go glamping in the middle of winter in New Zealand? So the Nutters were just there on their own. Someone did come later on, but we'll tell you about that in another episode. But we had the outdoor kitchen all to ourselves. So we'd stopped at a supermarket previously. We'd got loads of food. And we just went up to this kitchen, lit some candles. It had all like fairy lights around it. And Brian started cooking. He made this gorgeous pasta dish and we had wine in our little traveling cups. And like I say, playing music, just really soft music. And it was just, I could start to feel immediately, because there was no phone as well. So no one could phone you. You know, you couldn't check the internet. You couldn't see what something was doing on the internet. It was just, it was just bliss. So we made this dinner and like I say, it was this pasta dish and we had some lovely wine and we just carried it down the steps. I'm going to show you in the next video where these steps are, but we carried it down the steps really carefully. We took it into our bus. We lit little candles. The fire was just raging. Now imagine it's freezing cold outside, really, really cold. And we're inside this bus and it's just all warm and like gypsy, all these gypsy decorations. It was just so gorgeous. And we sat at this little table and it was almost like a railway carriage. It was like narrow, you know, like if you're in an old railway carriage and you sit opposite each other. And that's what it was like. And it was just, our first night was just absolutely perfect. Join us next time when we're going to show you around our fabulous bus. We're going to go outside. It's got an outdoor bath. It's just absolutely gorgeous. And we go exploring the Coromandel area. So we'll see you on day 2 of our Coromandel glamping experience.